Hey guys, okay, lighting's bad. I don't even have my ring light. We're just gonna go with it because I have one of my local girls coming over. I'm excited and I'm kind of sad at the same time. It's the last time I'm gonna see her for a month. We're going out of town again. So most of y'all know, last week we went to Missouri with my husband. He was sent out for work because of itworks. I was able to go with him. We could afford to pay for like eating out while we were there the whole time, and obviously the flexibility. It was just amazing. So they just told him they're sending him out for a month this time. And again, because of itworks, we get to go with him. And I could not be more excited. But having said all that, I'm like hustling to get a bunch of work done before we leave. So I just want to make sure that you guys are utilizing your follow-ups. Y'all have all heard follow-up is key. Fortune in the follow-up, all that good stuff. Let me share this video just real quick to my team chat. Let me find the video. I hope I'm in the right spot. There we go. Hi, Lacey. Y'all, Lacey is brand new and killing it. She just signed her first customer yesterday, I think. Let me hop some people on here. I didn't announce this at all. It just kind of popped in my head and I really wanted to talk about it. Because I just signed a customer off a follow-up. Because y'all, it is completely golden. Okay, so first things first is you need to be writing your people down. I do 99.9% of my work off of host to post. And if you are struggling with your host to post, go find the post I posted on Monday talking about revamping your host to post. I love the ad system that we have. I think it's just amazing. So this is my process. So today's Friday. Everyone I talked to for the first time today about a product or the business, I'm writing down on a list. And it's just going to say Friday, and all the people I talked to on Friday are getting written down. So, for example, if I talk to somebody, let's say they commented on a hair host to post, and I messaged them and I sent them the info on the hair, I'm writing them down. Tomorrow, I'm simply going to follow up with our conversation. So wherever they left off, that is what I'm basically going to re-ask again. So if I sent them the hair and the info and said, are you interested? And they never responded, tomorrow I'm going to be like, is this something you're interested in? If I sent them the info and they said yes, and then I sent them the price and they said yes, and then the price and then they never responded. Tomorrow, I'm going to re-ask is that in your budget? Except I'm going to word it a little differently. I'm going to say, hey, I'm sitting down to put in another order now. Are you ready or do you need to wait? And then same thing, if I send them today, if I send them the info, the price, and then the loyal customer script, and they don't respond. Tomorrow, hey, I'm sitting down, ready to put in another order now. Are you ready or do you need to wait? Now you can also use, hey, I'm down to 2 spots for this, but do you want one? Either one, you're just creating urgency. So that's my first follow-up tip. You always follow up the day after you talk to them. So about 24 hours. So for example, if I do my follow-ups at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, and I talk to someone at 11 o'clock tonight, I'm probably just going to wait till the next day. Like, you know, it was late, they may have gone to bed, not up early, whatever. So I do these are called my 2-day follow-ups. What that is I have the initial conversation, then my day 1 follow-up is just going to be re-asking whatever question I left off. My day 2 follow-up is going to be question. We're doing a giveaway for $350. Do you want in? Basically. There's a script for it, but that's basically what it is. So, talk to them. Day 1, follow up, see if they want to order. Day 2, follow up, see if they will host a post for you. Make sense so far? Same thing with the distributor. If I send them the video today, they don't ever respond, tomorrow I'm literally just going to say, hey, what did you think of the video? It's not rocket science, y'all. I promise. You don't need to overthink it. If I send them the video today, they watch it, say they're interested. I say, oh, awesome. Where are you working at now? No response. Tomorrow, hey, where are you working at now? If today I get all the way in the distributor script to the price and they just don't respond, tomorrow, hey, I'm sitting down ready to set up another account now. Are you ready or do you need to wait? And then day 2, you want to post for me. So customer, distributor, doesn't matter. Info today, day 1, which is the next day, is going to be follow-up 1, which is just seeing if they want to order or join. Follow-up 2, which is going to be 24 hours after follow-up 1, is asking them to host a post without fail. Now, I'll show you how I keep up with it you can use any notebook you want. I literally have their name written down, what product I talked to them about, when I do my day 1 follow-up, and when I do my day 2, which I just call it follow-up. Okay? So the first step of following up is just that. Second step of following up. Basically, every Friday, I follow up with anybody who was serious. Meaning, if I'm talking about a customer, they got all the way to the end of the script. So they got all the way to past the price, loyal customer. They were ready to order. They just didn't for whatever reason. Or they got all the way down, was supposed to send me their information, and then backed out. That's fine. It happens. So today, I'm going back 4 whole weeks and messaging anybody who falls into that category. So what I do, so you can see beside their name, I write on list. That means they're on my weekly follow-up list because I got all the way to the end with them and they just couldn't order, didn't order, backed out, whatever. By the way, just signed a customer by doing this today, by the way. And I do the same thing with distributors. So you're just following up. Now, sometimes, let's say, hypothetically, you get all the way to the end with the distributor and they decide that they have the money, don't have the money, whatever. They tell you basically they don't want to do the business. Then when I follow up in a week, I'm not going to say, hey, are you ready to join? They already told me they're not. I'm sending my script that says, hey, even though I know you'd make great cash with this, basically do you want to become a customer? And all the scripts, go to the units tab, click units, and you're just going to scroll down. There's a whole section that just says scripts. There are scripts for follow-ups, scripts for distributor follow-ups, scripts for customer follow-ups, scripts for the distributor interview. They're all in there for you, right in the script. So I do my 2-day follow-ups. I do my weekly follow-ups. So every single Friday, I go through and I message everyone I've talked to in the last 30 days that got to that like serious phase. Then my last thing that I do is I do 2, 4, and 6 month follow-ups. And all that means is, again, the people that got to the people that say on list, okay? So at the end of every month, what I do, just to make this process a little easier for myself, so what I do is I have a list that says month PLCs, and these again are the serious ones, meaning they got all the way through, they were so close to ordering, they just didn't. I'm writing their name, what product we talked about, and then this is my 2, 4, and 6. I know it says 1, 2, 3, but I use this as my monthly sheet. So today is the last week of July, so I went back to the last week of May, and I followed up with all of my May people. And it could be like I switched it. So I've been talking about customers all the whole time. So now I'm just going to send them a distributor message. Like when I say follow up, it doesn't mean you hit them hard with the same product every time. Makes sense? So get creative. You've got to follow up. And then same thing. So for example, everyone this month, July, that goes on my list. Okay. In May, I'm following up again. Just kidding. What's this? July. In September, I'm following up again. September, November, January. That's what it is. And then also having a list like this is awesome. Because let's say they come out with BOGO for hair, skin, and nails. You have a whole sheet of people who wanted the hair, skin, and nails. And I do the same with potential distributors, guys. When they get on my serious list, I write them down. And then with distributors, I typically do 2, 4, 6, and 8. And then like if they ignore me for 8 whole months, I typically don't go back to them, but usually they don't ignore you. Usually, like, you know, they're at least having a conversation. And again, when that half off kit, guys, I've signed 4 distributors for the half off already, just this week. Only because I messaged off my list. They weren't new people. I already had contact with them. So I hope that helps a little bit on the follow-up. Guys, if you're not following up, you're losing people. I had this conversation with Savannah, and I've got to let me make sure she's not here. My kid will probably tell me if she's here, but okay. So I had this conversation with Savannah because I had stopped doing my 2-day follow-ups, and I just started doing weekly follow-ups. And I was losing a lot of people. I'd like to get a layout. You can use that one if you want. It's actually in this group. If you go to Files, I put the document in there. It's a Word file, I think, so you can actually print it off yourself. What I do is I bind it into a book, so it has the entire book in there for you. And I use cheapercopies.com, and they spiral it and send it to me. I usually order like 10 at a time, so you can definitely do that. If you want to just print it off and like put it in a binder, you can do that too. You don't have to spend the extra money to spiral it. I just like having the actual like notebook. So anyways, I had stopped doing my 2-day follow-ups. I just was following up on Friday, and I was signing way less people. And then I remember something from a psychology class, because this is definitely an impulse buy. Because I'm doing so much host-to-post, these people have no connection to me. They are not on my page. Ooh, my purple's showing through. Okay, it was supposed to be peekaboos, off subject. Peekaboos, this one little section, I don't know what happened to it, if it was more blonde than the others, but it like turned purple. The rest just like are cute little peekaboos that come out in the sun. And then this one is like in your face. My husband freaked when he saw that one. But anyways, rabbit trail. So I stopped doing them, and then I remembered it's an impulse buy. They have no connection to me because they're not on my page. They're literally buying from a friend's word of mouth. So if you don't get them to buy within 24 to 48 hours, they're typically not going to buy, with the exception of the ones that get all the way to the end and it's the price and they just don't end up buying that day. Okay, does that make sense? Like there's 2 different types of people. The ones that are impulse buys are the ones that you have to follow up with them to keep the conversation going. Typically, the ones that are real serious right off the get-go, you get all the way through the first day of the script, and then they just don't have the money, which is fine. So, all that to say, do the follow-ups. I promise you it'll change your business. So get in the habit of writing everyone down. Second thing is making sure that the next day you're following up with everybody. And then the next day you're asking to host a post. That's how you keep that funnel of host to post going. If you're doing the follow-ups and doing the host to post the way you're supposed to be doing them, you have an endless funnel of people posting for you. You just do. And then every Friday, if I were you, I would go through and message everyone on that, serious list. And I would message them for the next 4 weeks straight. So, make sense? Again, not about the same thing. It could be you today, for example. When I talked to him last week, today I just said, hey, I have a spot left for that hair, skin, and nail supplement we talked about. Somebody backed out. Do you want it? If they don't respond, next week is going to be, hey, do you know anyone that could use an extra $200 to $500 a month? I'm filling a VIP spot. They don't respond, so that's 3 times, or that's 2 times already, right? So then the next time, probably going to ask them to host a post. Maybe I'll send them an invite to a party if we have one going on. Like, 4 times I'm following up before I'm not done, but I'm going to wait a couple of months. Something else I do, just a tip, if they're on your serious list, I do add them as a friend on Facebook, and I interact with them like once a month or so, just to keep my stuff relevant in their page and kind of start building that relationship. So, I hope that helped. This was off the cuff, so it wasn't as organized as I normally like to do. But if you have questions, feel free to drop them below, and have an awesome rest of the day.